everybody, welcome to the Chino Community Garden for Healthy Grilling. My name is Brittany and today we're going to be making grilled chicken lettuce wraps. So what you're going to need for today is red onion and garlic, Dijon mustard, honey, olive oil, red and yellow bell peppers. You're going to need some romaine lettuce, green onion, oranges, lemons, and limes, and you'll also need cilantro. Step number 1 is going to be zesting and juicing all of our citrus. So zesting is taking off just the rind of the citrus. So what you want to do is use your zester, or you can find the zester on a cheese grater if you have one. And all you have to do is kind of grind the citrus against your zester until you get to the pith, which is the white part of the citrus. You don't want the pith because that can be a little bit bitter. So we'll just go ahead and zest all of our citrus and put it into our mixing bowl. So I did a little bit of zesting earlier. I have three oranges, 2 lemons, and 2 limes worth of zest in here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my mixing bowl. So now what we're going to do is to juice all of our citrus. You can use a juicer, or you can just use your hands to squeeze that juice in. So I went ahead and juiced my citrus earlier, and I'll go ahead and add that to the marinade. The next step is to add minced garlic and chopped red onion to our marinade. For minced garlic, you can use a garlic press, or you can go ahead and just chop it with your knife. Today I'm going to use a garlic press. So it's about 2 large garlic cloves. Next, we're going to chop our red onion. We want to chop it or mince it as fine as we can. Okay, we'll add our chopped red onion to our marinade. Next, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of olive oil to the marinade. We'll add 2 teaspoons of both honey and Dijon mustard. And finally, the last thing we'll be adding to our marinade is going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. I ground some earlier, so we'll add that in. And we'll add in a pinch of salt. So a pinch, usually I'll put some into the palm of my hand, and I'll go ahead and pinch it and just kind of sprinkle it in. We'll add 2 pinches just in case. So use a whisk to go ahead and whisk that whole marinade together. Okay, and the next step is going to be slicing our chicken to put into our marinade. So I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can also use boneless, skinless chicken thighs if you like darker meat. When you're working with chicken, you want to use a different cutting board and a different knife than the one you did for your vegetables and everything else for the marinade. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. It's a pretty big chicken breast. So we're going to be cutting this into thinner strips so it cooks a little bit more quickly and it absorbs the marinade. Once you've cut your chicken into strips, go ahead and put it into the marinade. So once you have your chicken in the marinade, you're going to go ahead and let it marinate for about an hour. You can go up to 6 hours, but not any more than that because it can get a little mushy in the citrus. While our chicken marinades, we're going to go ahead and start cutting the peppers and prepping them to be on the grill. So when you're cutting a pepper, there's several methods that you can use. I like to cut off the top and take out the seeds with my hand and just kind of put it in the bowl or the trash. So now we'll go ahead and cut our bell pepper into chunks and we'll be grilling those chunks on the barbecue. So leave them in large chunks because once we're done grilling them, we're going to cut them in strips and put them on top of our lettuce wraps. Before grilling, we're going to rub our pieces of bell pepper with some olive oil so that it doesn't stick to the grill. So you can put it all into a bowl or a plate, drizzle it with olive oil, and you can toss it. And when the chicken's ready, you can go ahead and start grilling the peppers as well. Now we'll grill. To grill our chicken and our bell peppers, we're going to be using a propane grill. Feel free to use a charcoal grill if you'd like. So I've went ahead and preheated the grill. I put it on medium to low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes just to get it up to temperature. Make sure that when you are using your grill that you clean the surface of the grill first so you don't have any leftover food bits getting into the food that you're cooking now. Another tip is when you're cooking raw chicken or any raw food on the grill, you want tongs to touch only the raw food, and then when you transfer your cooked food back into your container, you're going to use a different set of tongs so you don't have cross-contamination. So now let's go ahead and put our marinated chicken onto our grill. Go ahead and cook the chicken on the grill for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side or until cooked through. You'll want the temperature of the chicken on the inside to be 165 or higher. That way you don't have any raw chicken. After you've set your chicken on the grill to start for a couple minutes, you're going to go ahead and grill your bell peppers. So grilling your bell peppers depends on how you like them cooked. You can either grill them so that they're just cooked through and they're a little soft, or you can grill them a little bit more so that they have some char on the outside. It adds a little bit more flavor. Let's go ahead and put our bell peppers on the grill. You can put the bell peppers skin side down first and then flip every couple minutes until it's cooked through to your liking. So I'm using clean tongs to put the bell peppers onto the grill since they're not raw meat and they won't be cross-contaminated with the chicken. Let these grill for a couple minutes. So now I have my cooked chicken and my cooked bell peppers, and it's time to assemble our lettuce wraps. I'm going to be using romaine lettuce as the cups. Just go ahead and slice off a couple leaves of lettuce. I'll be cutting these in half so it gives me 4 lettuce wraps. Now we can slice our chicken to put into our lettuce. Arrange your sliced chicken onto your lettuce cups. And we'll go ahead and top our lettuce and our chicken with our cooked bell pepper. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the bell pepper as you did with the chicken and slice it into strips. You can place one of each bell pepper onto the chicken. Go ahead and sprinkle our lettuce wraps with chopped cilantro and chopped green onion. We have our cilantro here, and so we'll cut some off of the bunch. We'll chop it up. Sprinkle on some chopped cilantro. And we have our green onion. We actually picked this here at the community garden. And then slice your green onion. You can get the white parts of the onion and you can also get the green parts. It looks a little bit prettier if it's green. And finally, the last touch is going to be a squeeze of lime on top. And there we go, we have our grilled chicken lettuce wraps. And now for the best part, let's take a bite. Delicious. Thank you for joining us for Healthy Grilling at the Chino Community Garden today. We made grilled chicken lettuce wraps, which is a nice healthy recipe for summer and gets you outside cooking. Don't forget to check out more healthy grilling workshops or Healthy Chino workshops at cityofchino.org/recreation.